Hi guys, Mark Creedon from Red Monkey, and welcome back to The Edge, where we're going to take just a few minutes to push your business to the edge in a positive way. And once again, got the great pleasure of having Jac Gallagher from Notch Above Bookkeeping joining me. Hey Jac, how you doing?
Hi, Mark. Doing really well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's always a pleasure. Always good to talk to you. Hey Jac, one of the things that we've discussed on a number of occasions is the concept of a lifetime value of a customer. And I know in presentations that I've done from the stage on a number of occasions, I always ask the question, would you treat a $200 customer differently from a $10,000 customer? And the answer is always yes. But the difficulty is we often don't think about what is the true value of a customer over a lifetime. And you shared with me that you recently had a bit of a aha moment in that as well.
Absolutely. A customer may appear small, but then you think, how long have they been your customer for? How long are they going to be your customer for? So I met with a client the other day for coffee, and I realized that he'd been a client for 10 years. He pays me a small monthly subscription for my bookkeeping services. But then I did the quick calculations and realized he was a $100,000 customer. It's just if you do the right thing and those customers stick around, then that's the value that they bring to your business. And that's him personally too. He has referred work. So there's other clients that have spun off from that. So even if that one customer is not going to spend a lot themselves, it's who they talk to. It's their friends, their business colleagues that might then come your way as well.
Yeah, 100%. So it's really about the difference between a transaction and a relationship, isn't it? Because I think that these days, I think relationships are going to become even more important. The more we become disconnected from each other through the use of technology, and for example, Jac, you and I doing this via as opposed to what we would have done, a couple of years ago, sat around a coffee shop together and got a recording done of this where we actually met face to face. So the more that technology becomes a part of our life, and I know I see the vast majority of my clients online these days. So the more the technology becomes a part of our life, I think the more that we're going to be looking for interpersonal relationships. So understanding that it's about a relationship, not a transaction. Takeaways from that for me are when you're dealing with a client, or a customer, understand what is the lifetime value. So how we do that is work out what they pay us on a regular basis and multiply it across the lifespan. But I think the other really important thing that you've added in there, Jac, is that it's not just that lifespan. So if somebody pays you, $1,000 a quarter, that they're not a $1,000 client, they're actually a $4,000 a year client. And they think they're going to stick with you for 5 years, suddenly they're a $20,000 client. But the other important factor is, if you get one referral from them every year, and each of those referrals is also worth 20 grand, then across that 5 years, suddenly they're a $100,000 or $120,000 client. Interesting exercise.
Absolutely. And it goes to show that you need to treat everybody as a $100,000 client. You need to treat everybody with respect and service them in the best way you can, because it just all comes straight back to you.
Yeah, so take away from that, build relationships, do the calculations for your clients, not just in terms of what they're paying you per transaction, but what they're worth to you across a lifespan, and include in that calculations what you think that they might bring to you by way of a referral. Because the old adage that people do business with people they like is still true.
Absolutely.
It's going to continue to be true as well.
Absolutely. Yes, a referral is a lot stronger than just a Google search, and so those relationships really count.
That's a really interesting point, because we're talking about doing the calculations of referrals, and we know that the ability to bring a client on who has a trusted third-party endorsement is so much easier than going out in the marketplace and trying to find new work.
Absolutely.
Great advice, Jac. So if you were to sit down with your clients, you could actually help them, Jac, couldn't you, to consider the lifetime value of customers by doing some calculations and thinking about what those referral calculations might be, so they end up with a figure and they can then start to view that client quite differently after those calculations happen.
That's right. And until you get the ideas about where that value comes from, and sitting down and doing that, you're not aware. So can definitely help customers with calculating that.
100%. Great advice. Yet again, you're full of brilliant ideas. Thanks, Jac. Always good to talk to you. Talk soon.
Thanks, Mark. Cheers.
Bye.